Well, what are we up to today? Well, it's windy. We're out with the 6x6 and the 8x8. Now, to get where we've been, or where we are, we had to push through some trees that were, or a gap that was a bit narrower than the vehicle. So, I've got to put my mirrors back, and I've got some unintended camouflage. And obviously on the Argo as well. And we got a little sandy. I had to use 6-wheel drive. Anyway, enough about how we got here. I'm coming out across a lake that used to be used as a bombing range many years ago. I think World War II. I'll do my homework and I'll put some stuff in the bottom here if I'm wrong, as I usually do. Anyway, we're going to go see if we can find a bomb crater on a salt lake with the Argo. We'll see if we get it stuck. Anyway, I've got to find a spot to turn around so that I can get out of here. Otherwise, I'm not unloading. We'll be back. I found a turning circle big enough for this whole combination. And now we're parked near the salt lake. And it is a salt lake. So I'm taking the 8-wheel drive out. Now, I probably really should have tracks on this thing. So I'm going to be a little careful and skirt around the edges. I've been stuck in a salt lake before in a small little baby 4x4. And it took me 3 days to get out. And then I discovered there was an unexploded bomb not far from where I got stuck, which was outside the bounds of the bombing range where it probably shouldn't have been. So that got complicated. But anyway, that's a whole different story. Here we should be pretty good. Anyway, we're going to get this guy off the trailer, and we'll get the extra camo off here, and we'll get the helmet cam out, and we'll be on our way. Alright, well, I've got the wind filter on and the mic right next to my face. It's time to fire ourselves up. See if it'll actually start. It's going to need some choke. Well, maybe not. Alright, let this run and warm up for a bit. I've got a bit of water with me, a bit more over the back, hearing protection. So yeah, a little bit of water in case I get bogged and I've got to walk it back to the vehicle. I don't know if I get this thing bogged out here. I don't know if anybody else is coming to get me. So it'll be a case of drive back into town and buy several hundred meters of chain or more and drag it out from a distance. Alright, this should be warm enough. Let's get this thing off the trailer. Right. I'll come back a bit and stop abruptly. Whoop, not quite enough to get past the balance. There we go. Alright. And we're off. Alright. Let's get onto this salt lake. We'll be back in a moment. Alright, well, we're out on the salt lake, and this area is used as a bit of a burnout range too for vehicles. I can see a bumper bar over there, but I've just spotted this guy here, so let's go check this out. Alright, so yeah, this one's, the coppers obviously know about it. There's a bit of police tape on it. But somebody shredded the front tyres on it out here. Not quite sure how you do that out here, but I guess they were trying pretty hard. And these are a rear-wheel drive, so I don't know. Anyway, where we want to go is way out there. Let's go see what we can find. Not sure how well anybody can hear me, but I think this is possibly the remnants of one of the bombing targets. I think this might be remnants of one of the bombing targets. I'm not sure. There's another one over there. We're going to go check that out. There's a few of these around. Alright. What do we got here? What's been out across this? That looks like human footprints and a bunch of wetland birds. We're throwing some mud. Yeah. Well, maybe not bombing targets, maybe something else. I'll have a look over the map here. We're getting close to what I want to find, so I'm going to keep on this heading and we'll continue on. Hopefully if it doesn't get too sloppy. Yeah, I need to check if my camera's still recording. Oh, and we stalled. That happens a bit with this. Oh, get my helmet back on. Alright, let's put her in gear and get her started again. Alright, how are we doing? We're tracking pretty well, we're not bogging down. Just keeping an eye on it. I don't have tracks, and got a bloke on the Argo forums by the name of Rocco keeps telling me I need to get tracks. He's probably right. Now, I need to get, there's no synchros in this gearbox, I need to move it a bit before I can get into gear. And I see a bone here. No, that's a stick. Alright, over there is what I want. Let's go around this. It's starting to feel very slick here now, so going to go gently. Yeah, we're definitely muddy. Alright. Alright, so from the satellite view, these are bomb craters, or what's left of them. Now keep in mind I'm only putting half a PSI down here, so I'm not likely to set anything off, and there's probably not much to set off out here. But these are apparently bomb craters. Little ones, and Salt Lake, so over the many years since these happened, you know what, they might not be, they might be vegetation, but I know this was used as a bombing ground. And some of this area is declared an unexploded ordnance area. I'm hoping you guys can hear me over the wind. There's a structure out there I'm going to go check out. I will make this sort of quick too, because my vehicle's unlocked in a very secluded spot. Now we're going to go through all that crap. Not too bad. It's the middle of summer, so this is pretty dry. Here we go. Lots of old planks and boards and stuff up here. This is definitely a structure at some point. There's a bunch of shells out here too, that's interesting. Yep, so there's some steel beams and whatnot. Yep, vintage bottle out here too. I wonder if, you know what, let's check that vintage bottle out. Hop out and pull my belt up. See what we got here for a vintage bottle. There's not much vintage about that. It's a CUB bottle, no date, no nothing. Seen about 1 million of them, although that patterning is not modern, so that might have been out here for a while. I'm going to leave that here though. So there's been a big flat steel plate or cap here. Not sure what that was all about, but I will talk to the president of the museum who knows all about this, and he'll fill me in on some of the gaps. These are some fairly hefty steel pipes, or these look like pipes that have been turned into support beams. I think they probably brought a foundation of shells in here, because I don't see them anywhere else other than where this foundation is. Although I could tell a lie, there's quite a bit out here, but I don't know how extensive this was. I need to again do a bit more homework about the site. So yeah, there's quite a bit around here. Now I know there was a hut out here at one point that was bombed as a practice target. That is a humongous hunk of steel that is stuck in there very well. So some steel foundations. There's another one of them there. I really hope you guys can hear me through this wind filter. It's bloody windy out here. Alright, I think I'm going to do a lappy and come back. I've seen most of what I needed to see out here. And to clarify a few things, I think I'll continue across the eastern side and I'll head back. Alright. Probably I need to put it into gear first too. Alright, off we go. Salt Lake running. Deliberately, definitively noisy. One of these days I'll work out my commentary ahead of time and I'll sound like I know what I'm doing. Some more of those targets, some bits of rusty steel at the base of that one. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, hello, hello, hello. This looks like a bomb casing fragment. Where are we? Oh. It does. It looks a bit like a split open bomb casing fragment. It's rusting away out here. Certainly not worth dragging back to the museum in that state. But I know there's a few out here. But this would have been World War II era. There's a couple other bits over there. I'll check that out and then we'll make our way back. What do I got over here? Ah, it's a big shackle. Or it's an eye section. Looks pretty distorted. Could well have been bombed, I don't know. And there's some wallaby tracks right there. They look like probably black wallaby, they're little feet. Alright. There's a couple of bits of wood strewn over there. Interesting stuff. Alright, I'm going to head via that next marker point and then I'm going to head back off the eastern side. pretty easy to get lost in some of these places, but at a couple of landmarks. There's the 3 tunnels up there and that vehicle we found. Now, if you spend any time in the army, they'll tell you not to use man-made objects as landmarks, and that's a sensible thing, but given the time frame that I intended to be out here, the temporary landmark's not a problem. I don't know what they were doing bringing that vehicle out here, but maybe they nicked it. Alright. Yeah, no plates on it. Oh, they just did the one tyre they shredded. Yeah. You know what? There's a bumper bar up here. We might go find that and see if it's the bumper bar off that thing. I don't think it is. There's our bumper bar. Oh, she's a little rough. I better slow down a bit. Or not. Where are we? Alright. That is definitely not the bumper bar of that thing. Totally different colour. But people get out here and do silly things. Yeah. And when I came through here, I came along on that track in the 6x6, the Land Rover. Oh, there's a few bones there. And I was smart enough not to park on the soft stuff. I did park on some soft stuff a bit further down here, but I got out and walked on it first. Because 6-wheel drive or not, you can still get bogged. Alright, let's get back to the vehicle. Alright, so here's our vehicle. Turns out I parked one Salt Lake too far down, but that didn't matter. Now, as usual, my trailer has retracted, so I'll have to get out and push that down again. Well, I've got enough clearance, I could probably just ride up on it, but you know, I'm going to do it properly. See how we go here. Yeah. I have to handbrake this one. It looks pretty flat here, but there's actually a little bit of an incline. I think our C-sponge is going to cop it, but that's all good. That's a sandy, stinky, smelly piece of crap anyway, so... Alright. My trailer going to stay down. I haven't got enough water or fuel in the jerry cans to keep this down, so I'll have to make this quick. Jump in before it sinks down again. Let's go low range. Handbrake. And we're on. Where are we? Not quite straight, but straight enough to get us home. Alright. Turn our engine off. Well, that's the Salt Lake trip. There's a roof sticking through the trees there. That's a new house. Alright. Well, that was the Salt Lake and the bombing range. Nothing too exciting, but I don't know. I'm having a bit of de-stress time. I've got to go home this arvo, so I'm making the best of it. Anyway, I'm not sure what else to add to this video. I guess comment if you had any other ideas, or if you want me to come back out here. I don't make money off my channel, not as yet anyway. I don't really have any intentions to. But I am open to some suggestions. Anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it.